What is up, guys? D Black Tay here, bringing you guys another Samurai 8 discussion. And it has been a while since I have done one of these. I don't know how long it's been. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I've just made a video just really talking about the series of Samurai 8. I've mostly been doing chapter reviews for the past couple weeks, trying to get acclimated with work and school and everything like that. So, but everything's mostly good for the most part. We back at it. And so let's get this discussion popping. And for this discussion today, we're going to be talking about Hachimaru's awakening, right? And what this means for the series going forward. And the implications that this is going to have, right? So Hachimaru's awakening was so damn badass. I don't care what anyone says. My man had the yin and yang symbol embedded in his forehead. He has the mandalas box in his right eye, the Pandora's box in his left eye, the ability to create and destroy the world, and it's basically in perfect harmony. So when we see Hachimaru's new form, he is in a incarnate body. He is in a spiritual form. This is his H particle body, right? And so something I did a little bit of research on before I did this video, and where I believe that the story will be going soon enough, and it is on this subject called the Mahayana Buddhism. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the word. I probably butchered it, but I'll put the links down below so that you guys can do the research for yourself. And also let me know what you guys think about this topic after you've done some research later on in the comment section. And so the Mahayana Buddhism, it's just a different branch of Buddhism. It's more rampant in Asia, Japan, India, Middle East, not the Middle East, but more Asian cultures. This type of Buddhism is more rampant, right? And so since Kishimoto, being a Japanese mangaka, he is from Japan, so I think he probably took from this theory of Buddhism. So let's just talk about it, and then we're going to talk about Hachimaru's enlightened state and what it has for the future of the series. So the Mahayana came to think of it as great, both in its interpretations of the Buddhist teaching and in the openness to a broader group of people, especially lay people. So this basically means that this type of style, this type of teaching, it wasn't just for those exclusively looking for enlightenment. This could be those that took those principles and they want to then apply it to a greater majority of people. And who does this sound like? Hachimaru. Let's keep going. The word jnana means vehicle or raft, which invokes the image of Buddhist teaching as a raft or vehicle that can help one cross over the river of suffering to the other shore. The Mahayana is thus the great vehicle. What does this mean? So essentially what this means to me, and you guys can have your own interpretations or anything like that, I believe that this could be something similar to why Fudo came into this world, this type of being. He could be an enlightened being from a different dimension, basically, and he came here and he basically created the universe, right? So he is basically like the god figure to the Samurai 8 universe, and this is where Hachimaru comes in. Hachimaru is one of the few people, like others, he's not the only one that has reached this state. Remember that Fudo said he is one of the few that have reached this type of transcendence, this type of enlightened state, right? And so in this state, basically, what is Hachimaru's goal? What does Hachimaru want to do? What is his goal? He wants to grant wishes. He wants to go across the galaxy like Fudo and be able to basically do anything. What is the Mahayana Buddhist goal? Their goal is to act like a great vehicle to lead others to nirvana. Now, in the Samurai 8 world, we don't really necessarily have a nirvana. I'm not really sure what that means or where that is going, but basically the purpose of or reaching the state of nirvana is to stop the ongoing way of human life, which is the rebirth, living, dying, and rebirth, basically. So those are the three trilogies that human beings go through. And basically, once you reach this state of enlightenment, this state of nirvana, you reach a higher place of existence, right? To where you don't have to go through the life, the death, the rebirth thing that the majority of people go through. Yet you go on to a different space, a different being. You become something different entirely, while everyone else, that don't reach that state, that don't reach the enlightenment, they are forced to go through that cycle all over again, right? So something else I want to touch on from my reading that I found, right, is that in this type of Buddhism, it's strongest in China, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, and Mongolia. And this type of teaching is to liberate you from this type of living, this type of existence, right? The suffering, the pain, and reliving it over and over and over again, right? And so it says that the Mahayana talks a great deal about the Buddhistava, and this is the enlightenment being, which is in the samurai world, is going to be Furomiyo. And it says that anyone can embark on this path. This is a way of life, a way of selflessness. It is a deep wish for all beings, no matter who they are, to be liberated from suffering. And so this is the enlightened one's vow, right? And I'm gonna speak it here. This is what the enlightened beings, these people that act as the vehicle or the driver to lead others into enlightenment, and this is their calling, their vows to the world, right? And so it says that their vow is, however innumerable sentient beings are, I vow to save them. No matter how bad they are, I vow to do it, right? However inexhaustible the defilements are, which means whatever they go through, whatever animosity, hate they receive, I vow to extinguish them. However immeasurable the karmas are, I vow to master them. However incomparable enlightenment is, I vow to attain it. Basically, everything that this world is, suffering, anger, hate, defilement, everything that is out there in the world that creates these types of circumstances that we see that drive humans to have to keep living this type of life over and over again. Once you reach this state of enlightenment, your vow, your job is to go against all these systems, to master them, to tame them, to do these things. And this brought me back to the recent chapter of Samurai 8, where Hachimaru, at the ending, he's thinking to himself as he's dying and discorporating, and he's thinking about Anne and his promise to his dad, and her promise to and Nanashi's promise to Anne, where he's like, I'm going to try to protect you until I die, right? But then he changes his phrase from saying I'm going to try to I'm going to now do it, right? So this is the transformation from Hachimaru saying that he's going to try to accomplish things, to him now understanding his calling, and to take it upon himself to say that he is not going to try, he's going to do these things, he's going to achieve them, he's going to act as Furomiyo, he's going to attain this enlightened vision, and he's going to go out and he's going to change the world. That is Hachimaru's goal. And in order to do that, he has to take on essentially everything that the world that throws at him, basically, and he has to take it. He has to do whatever he can to basically put things into light or put things into perspective in order to gain or help others to reach this enlightened state, which is why in this very last chapter we got from him when the other brothers discorporated, basically what he's saying is that they're going to have to go back into this process. They haven't reached the state of enlightenment. They're going to go back through this life, death, and rebirth cycle that they previously were living in because they did not reach enlightenment. And Fudomyo says something that's very interesting, and he says that those that die, those that discorporate from being a samurai, they think that they die, but they actually, their particles, their being, it goes back into the flow of the galaxy, right? It goes back into the universe, which means that everything in the universe is connected. And we also got that in another panel with Hachimaru, basically saying that, like, okay, I'm starting to understand this concept of that we don't die. Our H particles, our beings, our memories, our everything that makes us up in this physical body, the physical body dies, but everything that we've been through, it doesn't die. It just goes separately. And if you do not reach this spiritual enlightenment, this spiritual journey, this realizing that the physicalness isn't everything in the world, but I need to be spiritually enlightened. I need to be able to not only physically be enlightened, but understand that there is so much more out there into the world. And so by doing this, Hachimaru is able to take his memories, his being, and everything like that, and he's able to reform himself essentially with the H particles, right? And so this is why I believe that in this sense, in this world, that this is where Kishimoto is now going. He's going to turn Hachimaru into a vehicle, an enlightenment vehicle, basically, essentially, to go across the world to help create, destroy, break down, or do whatever he can to help others reach this state of enlightenment. And now I want to pose this question on the 7 keys to Pandora's box and the 7 keys to Mandala's box. Is Hachimaru the barrier between the two? Like, he is the enlightenment for those two sides, and basically when those keys get together, when we get the 7 keys to Pandora's box, he's going to get the 7 keys to Mandala's box. He's going to basically be the side that's in between them two. Like, he's not going to be inherently pure, he's not going to be inherently evil, but he's going to reach a state in his being to the point where he can see everything, he can perceive everything, he has the ability to do different things, right? And so I think that at this end game later in the story, and why the mind's eye is so important in the story right now, is that the mind's eye is being able to reach a similar, not the state that Hachimaru is in, but a similar state of enlightenment to the point where you can see the true things, the true roots, not the things that people want to show you, but the true roots, the true things, the true nature that you need to be seen, right? And that is the mind's eye. And so basically the mind's eye is a state of enlightenment, right? I'm not sure how Ichigo has become enlightened. I'm not sure how Daruma became enlightened, but we have seen how Hachimaru got to that state, right? And so with Hachimaru, and I'm going to take this time to talk about Ichigo for a little bit, because she has the potential to be the strongest samurai, and she already has the mind's eye. And we got little bits and pieces, right, where Hanaichi says, hey, you're calm, but Ichigo tells him, yes, I might look calm, but I'm anger. I'm filled with anger, with grief, with all this animosity because my planet got destroyed. So right now, Ichigo was in a state where she is, although she's calm, she's angry at the same time, and it's like yin and yang. It's like yin and yang. They go back and forth. They connect. Everything connects. And I believe that is where the mind's eye comes in. That's where the enlightenment comes in. And I believe that this is where Kishimoto is going to go with the series. He's going to use now Hachimaru as a vehicle to show others that, hey, this isn't the only way. This is this is how you attain enlightenment. This is how you obtain the mind's eye. This is how you look. This is how you look past deception and things like that. Let me know what you guys think down below of the Mahayana Buddhism, Hachimaru's enlightened state of being able to perceive everything, being able to understand that the spiritual ramifications, understand that the H particles and everything going on, and the system and in the world of Samurai 8, and understanding Fudomyo's message about perception. So let me know what you guys think down below. This was a interesting video. I got more planned. We're supposed to be doing a live stream later today, so come through, come check that out. And I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Peace.